If you've ever felt like you're the only person who has to follow certain rules or weird things that don't make logical sense, yet you can't stop them, this episode is for you. Today, I'm talking about magical thinking, what it is, why it feels so urgent, and why you're not crazy. Hey, y'all. I'm Erin Davis. I'm the host of Bossing Up Overcoming OCD. I'm also a wife, mom to three, and former military spouse. I've been where you're sitting and thinking that just because I thought something meant that it would come true. And it feels a lot like the whole karma bit because with magical thinking OCD, here's what it is in simplest terms. So it's the belief that your thoughts or the things you do have the power to prevent bad outcomes. Not that you will cause harm, okay? Because that's like a different type of OCD. That's the harm OCD. And be sure to check out my new private podcast. It's called the Military OCD Companion. And I talk all about harm OCD in a more in-depth, more private conversation. And I've got a link to that podcast in the show notes. With magical thinking OCD, you're afraid that if you don't do certain things, something bad will happen. And being real, I used to feel like if I didn't cut off the microwave before it expired, then my family would die. Like, I'm not even joking. And of course, I knew that didn't make logical sense, but to this day, I still hate the microwave beeping. So that's my personal example, but here's some other specific patterns that could be showing up for you. If you mess up a word or get distracted, you feel like you have to start over because OCD says that if you don't say things correctly or if you don't pray correctly, then maybe God will punish you or the universe itself is going to come after you. Or maybe you're checking your partner's location multiple times a day, not because you don't trust them, but it's this feeling that if you don't check, then somehow you are keeping them out of harm's way or you're keeping them from cheating. Because it's all about like control and thinking that you have power over a situation when, sorry to bust your bubble, but as you know, you don't have the all-knowing, all-controlling power. And some other rules I've heard from clients is like they can't turn on a lamp at a certain time of day, or you can't sit on the couch with it being dirty because that just means something bad will happen. Like essentially what you're noticing is that you feel uncomfortable with a certain situation. And because of that discomfort, you feel like, oh, this uncomfortable feeling equals something bad is about to happen. And so because of that feeling like something bad is about to happen, that's why it feels so urgent. That's why it feels like life or death. And of course, OCD is going to attack the things you love most. And in my case, it was my family. So you follow the rule, you check, you stop the microwave, and then it goes on repeat. For a moment, you feel relief. But then, as you know, OCD will come back and attack you again and again, and it's going to continue to grow and take over and want more and more of your time, attention, and your life. And here's what I want you to know is that this is 100% treatable. And you can come out on the other side not listening to these rules. You can feel less stressed, more clear-minded, and a lot of that has to do with the exposure response prevention techniques. And I get into those very specifically in my private podcast. So jump into the podcast. Link is in the show notes. And I'll see you in the next episode where we're going to talk about the core lie that OCD tells you and why following the rules actually makes OCD stronger instead of weaker. But for now, I want you to know you're not crazy. You're not alone. If you're experiencing magical thinking OCD, I'm here for you.